Stillness in abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. And once again, stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. I really didn't plan on being here, but inspiration comes from the spirit spiraling. When the spirit is spiraling, we inspire. And we all be inspired all throughout our day. And since I was inspired due to the spirit spiraling and me being in the frequency to pick up on how it was moving, I'm here. Hope everybody feeling good for no reason at all. Operating in the high frequency of your authentic self. Feeling good for no reason at all while you doing it. I'm feeling good for no reason at all. I just didn't plan on doing this today. It's been a long, short day. But I got the energy to do it. And when spirit moved me, I must move. You know, it's good to be inspired. Somebody said to me, or really asked me in the form of a statement, why do things change when you raise your frequency? And my response was, why not? Why not? Why do we expect things to stay the same when we change it? That's insanity. And I was a victim of that. Not that nobody's a victim, but I was subject to doing that once upon a time in my journey, thinking that nothing is supposed to change when I'm changing. And it's an insanity if you catch it. Why not? How can they stay the same if you change it? If I'm changing, how can you stay the same in my life? Don't make sense, do it. Once your frequency start going up, we gotta expect people to change. We can't expect people to stay the same. And if it's anybody's fault, it's my fault. So that was the moral. It's not their fault that you're changing, it's your fault. And that's not a bad thing. Furthermore, when we're changing, just don't skip the line by getting sidetracked. Because anytime we skip the line, it takes me back to a place where when we was going through school and we be in the lunch line or something like that, or you're anywhere in a line and there's people before you, and you skip the line. It's okay if nobody says nothing. But if you get caught skipping the line, we all know the consequences to that. Usually, you get sent, rerouted, and sent back to the back of the line. You start all over again. Now, you're further back than where you started at. I don't know who this is talking to. Like I said, I ain't planning to do this, but I was picking up on so many energies in the collective. And love and light, health and wholeness to anybody who's suffering. Cause I was picking up on all kind of things. If there's anybody going through something, I send a special emanation of love and light, health and wholeness to you. And most of all, stillness, peace. When I say stillness, I mean peace. We vibrate what we tolerate, family. And that's not a riddle. We vibrate what we tolerate. So if we create in our own reality, if we truly create in our own reality, then it's not far-fetched to understand what I mean when I say We vibrate what we tolerate. Whatever you tolerate in your life, that's what's vibrating into your life. And that could go either way. It's going to mean something different to everybody who come before this message. My point is, we all use the same 24-hour cycle to do what is necessary, that's necessary to put us in a better vibration, in a better place of toleration by knowing what to tolerate and what not to tolerate, because we still dealing with balance, and everything that come up is going to be two polar sides. Because if duality has truly become whole, we're only dealing with polarities now, family. We're no longer dealing with a split state of mind. We all use the same 24 hours. How we use it is what determines how the story is told that we telling. I'm gonna say that again. We all use the same 24-hour cycle, but how we use it is what's gonna determine how we tell the story that we telling. We showing up exactly how we growing up. Each and every one of us is showing up exactly how we growing up. Clear, cleanse, transmute, cancel, and delete. We gotta know how to clear, cleanse, transmute, cancel, and delete. I'm gonna say it again. We need to know how to clear, cleanse, transmute, cancel, and delete. I'm talking about energy, not talking about people. Just don't skip the line. Because if we moving forward, we can't be getting rerouted and sent back to the end of the line. That's what we call hustling backwards. If you skip the line and make it, okay, we made it. But if you skip the line and you get caught, it's consequences and repercussions. And in the age of Aquarius, we're dealing with a whole new set of consequences and repercussions according to our thoughts, our words, and our actions. Anytime I open myself up to learn something, or anytime I find myself interested in something that I'm unfamiliar with, that automatically places me in a position to become a pupil or a student. What do I mean by that? We got too many chiefs and not enough Indians. The Indians that's portraying as chiefs don't know when it's time to be an Indian, because we got too many chiefs and not enough Indians. When any true Indian, I'm just using this as an analogy, any true Indian that has became a chief know how to alternate those roles. Anytime I wanted to learn something, I had to become a pupil, a student. No matter how much mastery I have already acquired in the areas I have acquired. Anytime we want to learn something, we automatically becomes a student. Everybody got a chief in them. And I'm aware of that. But do you know how to be the Indian when it's time to? And what's so ironic about that, because sometimes you got to be the Indian No matter how much you achieve, sometimes you got to be the Indian just to get ahead. That don't mean you shortchange yourself. That don't mean you settling for less. That means just putting yourself in a position to learn and acquire and understand something that can get you further than you are previously in the moment that you're in. How do we be Indians in the presence of chiefs? That's this analogy that I'm using is so important to me because it ain't nothing to walk outside our doors and see a senior, an elder, an ancestor being disrespected. It don't matter how much we know, family. It don't matter how much I know. I'm going to use the I statement. Anytime we want to learn something, or anytime we're learning something, we have to be able to become a student. This is going to be necessary in any type of mastery we are wishing to acquire. We are desiring to acquire. We did it in school. We also got to do it in the real world. You never know who your bridge to progress. As a student of life, I'm happy that living is my master teacher. I'm going to say that again because somebody want to catch it. As a student of life, I am happy that living, the experiences that living give us, has become my master teacher. That's how we get there. And the reason that's important, that we must become students of life, because one of the hardest things for a human being to do is analyze oneself. The hardest thing for us to do is analyze ourselves. We can analyze everything else, but when it comes to analyzing ourselves, it's something that we forgot how to do, because we're always caught up in what we're feeling, and if anybody else is feeling what we're feeling, but we forgot how to analyze the feeling, and in that we forgot how to analyze ourselves. And when I look at that for what it is, it made me pose this question to myself that I'm gonna pose to the family. Who were you 10 years ago? Do you think the same way? Do you do the same things? Of course, I know there's somebody out there, man, what are you talking about? I'm still me. I'm still who I always been. If that's you that's saying that, I feel for you. I remember being that same dude once upon a time. But by God's grace, or whatever you want to call it, something in me changed. And when something in me changed, things changed. And I'm able to say it was all for the good. So if you that person that's saying, man, I'm still the same old me, I feel for you, my brother or my sister. Consciousness is key. Each and every one of us is in control of the quality of consciousness that we use, that we hold, and that we carry. Our inner truth will testify of that by the tests that we endure. may be it, y'all. But before I go, I'll say, when we start to analyze ourselves clearly, thoroughly, and honestly, then we can truly analyze everything else. And when we analyze ourselves, just remember, family, ain't no skipping the line. Stay hydrated, stay in light, stay in love, move in stillness, be in abundance, be healthy, and remain whole. I am Saiwoo Da God. I love y'all. Stay up.